What's up with you, bro?
Hey, how you doing, AM?
I'm all right,
Hey,
man. I'm
what's
all right.
going on? What's going on? Today we have in the music world. We're sitting here down with Andre Michael down here in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Yes, sir.
Please check us out. Please let us know how you feel. We're debuting a single. It's a new single that he has wrote and recorded, and we just got a couple questions for him, and hopefully you guys will be intrigued and you guys stay in tune. So, first question I want to ask you, Andre Michael, is can you tell us a little bit about yourself and how you are as an artist and how'd you get started in the music industry?
Um, all right, a little bit about myself. Of course, I go by the name of Andre Michael,
Yes, sir.
aka AM. I guess I've been doing music for I want to say about 15 to 17 years.
Long time.
Yeah, I discovered myself before 10. Discovered my capability to sing. I started writing around the age of 17 years old, and my first recording was probably around 18. And so I had my first experience to see, what I actually sound like. And I guess I just continued, just continued to work on the craft.
Right at an early age, huh?
Yep.
Had that musical ear.
Yep. Yep.
All right, that sounds great, man. Congratulations on the single. I was
Appreciate
wanting to
that.
say single. I was gonna say album, y'all. It's not ready yet, but give us some time. You know what I mean? But I just want to also say is what can these listeners expect from you? You know, and what can they come from? You know, what can they come to see about AM and how he released this single and what's behind it?
Most definitely, they can expect some new, different, with a little bit of classic sound, some vocal stacks, some realistic, emotional, just situations that you can all more than likely relate to, you know. But I think more importantly, some consistency, someone that's going to remain relevant and continue to give a great, quality that's product. I mean, a great product that's quality.
So you push for a good standard, so to
Yeah,
speak.
yeah, most definitely.
Definitely, man. Sounds good, man. That's a great idea. That's a great concept, and that's a great work ethic.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir, man. No problem. Um, in this whole process, from the studio to the writing, can you kind of prepare? Like, can you give us a presentation of how you do? You know, your musical. How does it come to your idea? Like, how do you put that on paper? How do you put
Hmm.
that in behind the mic? How do you visualize that? How do you vocalize that?
Hmm.
Your whole creative process.
Basically, I start with a beat. Or more than likely, you got to start with the
Yeah,
beat. That's the
right. Gotta have
foundation,
that.
right? And the beats talk to me. They give me kind of, I don't know. They speak to me basically. They tell me
Yeah.
kind of what I need to do and where I can start. Give me a starting point, and then after that, a lot of the times I try to, again, I utilize an emotional standpoint. I try to give I do try to give a visual, but I really want it to be something that's relatable.
Mm,
Every day we're going through things, we're losing people, we're
right.
falling in love, we're falling out of love. It's very important that when you turn on a song, you can relate to it. So it's
Right.
important to me.
Right. Yeah, because we all still are one out here.
Yeah,
We all
exactly.
still are one. All right. So, what about how you feel? It's just when you're putting your music together. Are you excited? Do you have a lot of nerves? Some people listen to music before they even do music, or when they're in sports or something like that. They kind of calm themselves.
Mhm.
What do you do? How do you feel?
I don't really have a nervous. Um, I don't really get to experience that part of creative side of things.
Hmm.
I think most people are taking too much into consideration when they're in the creative side. That's when you're actually as free as you get to be. That's as free as you're gonna be able to be, really, because once you dedicate to this particular word or this sound or this octave, you're there. That's it, and then you go and you record it. That's that. So most people sometimes they're a little bit too cautious as to how they approach trying something new to get another sound or a new sound. So nah, not at all for me. I just
Hmm.
go with the flow, let the natural flows, let the natural juices flow, and
Right.
I come up with something every time, pretty much.
You gotta forgive me for looking the way I was looking, but I was just trying to create and visualize like that whole process. That what you just said, man.
Mhm.
That's pretty awesome, man. You know that
Appreciate
that
that.
you can take it there and do the things that you can do without feeling this way or that way. And like you said, it's just more natural. It's just more of a okay, we pick it up. This is what it is, and we put it out.
Right.
But I also got a question. My next question would be this is an important question from me to you, and I'm pretty sure it's an important question just in general in the world. Who has been your biggest supporter or mentor on your musical journey?
Mm,
And it's okay to answer this question, and if you haven't had any type of help along the way or anything of that nature, you can also obtain that and put that into perspective. It's like, yeah, I kind of did this thing on my own, but I also, it's okay. Like this,
yeah, of course.
we're all well with that, and we know that story. A lot of stories like that may be cliche, but there are real stories like that.
True, true.
Right.
Well, with mine, and I appreciate you definitely shedding light on the different sides of it because most people don't really understand that there
Right.
are, as an artist, and I'm gonna step outside of just artists, even if an athlete, but for the sake of me as an artist,
Hmm.
I guess uh, I don't really have many people that I could say I even expressed my gift to. I say God is a supporter because He gave me all of my trials and my tribulations. My music, again, it is based upon a lot of what's going on day in, day out, month in, year out. Um, so a lot of what I'm talking about, I'm experiencing.
On an
So
everyday basis,
yeah, I'm
and
going
as a whole, like, and you're connected to the people.
right.
So at the end of the day, I think it's a blessing that we're able to be, hearing what you have and what's inside of you. So
Yeah,
we definitely appreciate that, man, because like you said, the support goes a long way, So you guys out there, you checking in with us right now with AM, keep rocking, keep turning in, just tuning in, excuse me, keep tuning
yeah,
in, and we'll be here, continuously, and like you said, coming through
yeah, yeah.
consistently. All right. We had about 10 questions, not done yet. Stick with us, stick with us. What are your hopes and aspirations for the future?
Well, you have the billboards,
Oh, okay,
you got Hot
billboards,
100, you
Hot
got
100s,
10-week runs, you got 50-week runs. So
10-week, 50-week runs.
exactly. So of course I wanna have the time.
Putting
Uh,
yourself in good company.
right. I wanna have the opportunity to benefit because this costs to conduct business in the music industry. It costs, um, and so I'd like to gain some type of financial, sustainability to continue, and then continuously, remain relevant, and then give this great content because again, I'm talking about what I'm going through, and everyone we are like gonna go through this stuff continuously. I need to
Attending
be
people.
relevant because I feel like these individuals and all my peers, I feel like we just need to someone needs to hear about this truth, man. This real love that's available to us all. These trials that we've suffered, and we don't have to continue to be down. We can be up. So
Right.
I want to be a household name. It would be nice to be a household name.
Hey, like they say, you reach for the stars and you land on the moon. You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, just keep pushing, man. Keep
Yeah,
pushing. I believe that we're gonna be supporting you 100%, man, all the time. So, and we just, this is what we hope for, and we just want to get that together and do the right things with that. Um, is there, what about anything as far as like your merchandise or anything? Do you have anything like that you have going on, that you might want to let the people see or let the people know? We can also get into that as far as do you have a brand, sir, that you would like to, introduce?
right, right. As far as first and foremost, the purpose of the interview is for the single release,
Mm-hmm.
"Lucky Me."
Right.
So Lucky Me is being released
Right.
April the 18th, 2024. So get ready for that. Now I do have some merchandise that I brought with me. I'm going to show it, and I'm going to go ahead and show you how it comes. If you were to make a purchase, you would go to onesbns.com, which is one sorry but not sorry.com. And the brand name is Sorry But Not Sorry. This has never been opened. That's exactly how it would come. And this is a hoodie, premium hoodie. I'll show you what it looks like. Yep, boom. That's one of the hoodies. And then I brought a t-shirt with me as well. And it would come in here. And this is a large. And that's the shirt. Boom.
Great material too,
Very,
bro.
very nice film material. And if you were interested in any merchandise, onesbns.com is where you would go. And if you're looking forward to hearing from me, seeing my music, any future content, you want to go on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, one Andre Michael, or simply Andre Michael, and that's where you will find me.
All right, man. I definitely want to get that in there for him. Get that in there for you guys out there in the music world. So please pay attention. Um, there's more questions that we have. I'm not gonna just really just jump into any and everything. I have a base, I have a set. But to get back to the questions and staying on topic with your release of the debut single, what would you give as far as advice to aspiring artists that are trying to do what you're doing and do something that they never thought they possibly could do?
That's a good question. Artists definitely need to hear from their counterparts, people that are also doing what they're doing. Um,
Mm,
I would suggest experience. You need to embrace experience. Go through some things that you then could talk about. Music. The beginning of music was like the blues. People singing about what they were actually experiencing. We've somewhat faded away from that. So I think the first step is having something to express,
right.
and then cherishing that. And so when you cherish it, you go and you take care of your craft. That's the next phase.
Mm,
You cherish your experience. And so in order to express it properly, you need to hone your craft so
mm,
that people can uh, embrace your expression, you know. Um, so I think that the next phase would be for them to then, figure out how to take ownership of that, because you just first you went through something, you took ownership, and you you found refuge in that, because you figured out how to write and express yourself, and now you got your craft. And so you got to take ownership, though, because when you express yourself, you don't own your expression. Someone else could take ownership of your expression. So it's very important that I think artists should understand that they are special and they are individuals. Yeah, they are unique, and in order to really truly take a hold of that and then embrace it properly, you need to do all of the homework. Don't just stop at A or B. You got to go all the way through.
right, right.
That would be the best advice I'd give an artist. Do it all. Do it. Get your understanding, and then you can properly apply and align yourself with a
Right.
team. In the industry, for your success.
Makes a lot of sense. Makes a lot of sense. And I'm glad you're able to shed light on that because there are a lot of upcoming artists that are aspiring to do their thing. And like I like to call it music world. So um, there's definitely that expression, like you said, when you own it, you take your time and you never know what could happen. You know,
Yeah. So,
it's not like we would translate it back to life. It's not a sprint. It's a marathon.
hmm
You see what I'm saying? So that's how that would go. And this is maybe like a big question for just me too, but for a lot of people, and then as we start to smile, as we start to get happy, so to speak, when this question goes around. It's basically like the gratitude for your fans.
Mhm.
What would you like to say to your supporters, and what would you like to let them know that what they can anticipate from you in the
Okay.
upcoming future?
Well, first I gotta say to the supporters, any supporters, thank you, and I appreciate your seeing and checking on me, and just your time. Your time is highly valuable, and I take a lot of pride in you giving me your time. So if you take the time to come and see what I'm doing, I'll make sure that I give you something that's worth something, some quality. What you can expect again is consistency. I do this every day. This is not something that I'm just, this is my life that's involved in what I'm doing. So, you know, I feel like we are all connected due to the fact that we come out, we have parents, and we go through girlfriends and boyfriend situations. We all go to school. So, and then we all have to live life, pay bills. There's so many different obstacles that we're experiencing. And I'm coexisting with you guys. I coexist amongst all of the trials and the tribulations. I've coexisted. So let's just you're looking for great music. You're looking to have a great experience. You're having a good day and you want to listen to some good tunes. Go check AM out. You know what I mean? Go check Andre Michael out. And I'm not gonna let you down. I got some good stuff, and I'm working, and we're constantly working. We're already ready for our next single.
Right.
It's already in the works, and so we don't plan on stopping. It's a freight train.
Yeah, man. Once you get it going, it doesn't stop. So, to conclude, or just to kind of get people on board, or just get them back to where they need to be on this train, like you said, like there's a coach, and then there's a sleeper cabin, and then there's a cafeteria. So all on this train, and what we're trying to do is just, like you said, throughout the whole process. Throughout the whole process, it'll manifest to be what it's supposed to be with the listeners, the followers, the fans, the supporters.
Yep. In
Um,
search of their comfort.
so we thank them, and we thank y'all for tuning in and checking in with AM. Um, is there anything you would like to say to your listeners as far as what they can expect from this single that is dropping, your debut?
Um, I could say that it is definitely not something that is. It's not something that is out. It's not similar to anything out sonically. I'll say that. There's vocal stacks. Um, there's I'll say, and not that I have anything against autotune, but I try to minimize the autotune so that you can actually hear an artist, the work, the time, those 10, 20 years that it might have taken that artist to get there. You want to hear all of that. So I want you to hear my pain. I want you to hear my suffering. I want you to hear my the outcome of me learning how to get past that. You know what I mean? I want you to hear any emotion that I suffer. I want you to hear it. I want you to understand what I went through when I was writing that song. So just look forward to it. And Lucky
Definitely.
Me is the name of the
Yeah, I was
single
about to
once
say,
again.
definitely give them another plug on
Yeah,
that, man.
Lucky
Shout it
Me.
out, man.
And it's coming out on all platforms, iTunes, specifically Spotify. Of course, I'll make sure we have it on YouTube. I'll have a video out on YouTube. Um, it's gonna be all over all platforms, all over the place. You're gonna see it. If you have any questions, you can easily DM me. I don't mind. I'll communicate with you the best I can.
Hey, what's going on, music world? We're back again, sitting with Andre Michael, AM, with the debut single "Lucky Me" coming out. And we just want to get to it as far as we had a question for him, a very special question for him. It's basically like a dream, and I'm just gonna flat out ask him, y'all, if you could collaborate with any artist or living or deceased, who would it be and why?
I would say living. I have um, a specific artist that's local to Charlotte and Concord, North Carolina.
Okay.
His name's Carolina Breezy. Goes by the name of Carolina Breezy. He
Shouts out to Carolina Breezy.
Shout out Carolina Breezy. He's got a. I know he just dropped the album recently. I know within the past 3 months he just dropped the album. And keep doing what you're doing, bro. Carolina Breezy. You guys can go check him out. Carolina Breezy on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. I'm pretty sure on iTunes. You know, this is shout out moment. He has a iTunes album out, so check him out. So
Most
Carolina
definitely.
Breezy. And T Pain, he's somebody that I would like to work with because T Pain is he looks like a jack of all trades when it comes to
Yeah, I
music.
was gonna say he's very musically inclined
Incline,
and
right? He
versatile.
can play
Yeah.
drums, he can play the piano, he can play. Looks like
He
I
can
think he
do a
might be able to
lot.
play the trumpet, just for the sake of being able to step inside of his facility and walk out with
Right, right, right.
everything. All you have
With
to do is your admin. All you have to do is your maybe a little bit of promotion. He might even help you promote, but somebody like him, then he's been in the game for a very long time. And not I'm gonna be honest, somebody else that just popped in my head. I think Soldier Boy, man, because Soldier Boy is another
right,
master producer. These are people that started their own careers pretty much with
right, right.
production, making beats, engineering. Those guys are masters. The reason why I say those two names, as far as like the industry is concerned, is because I can go in there and they know what I want, and I can get it recorded, the beat. Then we can go get the song done. Then they can even get the DJ stuff taken care of because they're great with the ad libs and all. They're just really masters at what they do. Yeah. So
Right. That
somebody like that, I feel like we would have a great outcome.
and that comes full circle with the consistency that you're talking
Yeah,
about that you
yeah,
mentioned
exactly,
earlier in the interview.
exactly. He's
So
still look what he's doing now.
yeah, being consistent, man, being real, real consistent.
Yeah, and you know what? I'm thinking of an artist. I would Nipsey. I probably feel like Nipsey would have been a good choice because he had that kind of a real steady, flowy kind of. I feel like I kind of could have done some R&B, collab with him. You know how you had that T Pain. You had Lil Wayne and Lloyd. I
Oh
feel
yeah,
like
like
we
an
could have
album
gave
or
some type
something,
of
man.
flavor like that.
Mixtape or something
Yeah,
going
yeah.
on
Nipsey probably would have been a good one
with
for
that
a
kind of
deceased.
feel, with that kind of vibe that they
Yeah,
brought to the
yeah.
table.
Cause he was more of a positive, so he could have had that R&B kind of flow with that positive. I
Right,
think it would have
right.
went well. I think it would have mended well.
Wow, that'd have been awesome to see too,
Hmm.
man. That'd have been awesome to be around,
Right, just to see it
just
all.
to see that, just the whole transformation from a dream to reality. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
That with that type of person, you know what I'm saying? So what we do is we take time out and we thank God every day, and we are inspired. So I have one more question for you. One more.
All right.
This one is also parallel to what we just were talking about as far as the dream collaboration question. But who are some of your biggest musical influences, and how have they inspired you for your own sound and style?
For the sake of consistency, pretty much most artists that from like the 80s,
Mm,
the consistency, the inspiration comes from artists from like the 80s and the 70s. Why? Because there weren't really many mechanical appendages,
mm,
you couldn't enhance a voice as well as you can now. They literally put 8 hours of practice in. Um, just any individual artists that inspire me are artists that take their craft serious, are artists that show up on time, and are artists that have a professionalism about them, are artists that look you in your eyes when you're speaking to them. It's
right.
about the integrity of the artist. It's the music will show, you know what I mean, from
Mm,
the approach to that individual. The natural approach normally will show, you know what I mean.
right.
Yeah, so I think it has a lot to do with that. If you're taking pride in craft and you're taking pride in time and you're taking pride in finances and mechanics and how things sonically are turning out, then you inspire me to do better for myself. so that
Yeah,
my
I was gonna
fans can
say
get a better product.
you pick up that responsibility for the fans
There you go.
and so that they know, like, hey man, every time I listen to Andre Michael, every time I listen to AM, he's gonna bring that quality. He's gonna bring what I need every
Right.
time.
I'd like to be that same inspiration. So they listen to my music, then they know I can be inspired by this individual. Just song sounds great, the message is great, but the fact that the work that he put in is relevant, it's prevalent, it's there. You know what I mean? You can't take away from that. So I just want to make sure that I'm that same light as well for someone else. Because I'm gonna eventually be a predecessor as an artist to someone else that's seeing my work ethic as something that can maybe get them to their next level.
Right, right, right. So check it out. How has that affected you when it comes to your style?
It actually has helped me in honing my style, aka craft. My style, um, I guess it came from, again, like if you, for instance, if a muscle, if you want to have a certain looking style muscle, you lift heavier, it's going to be more bulky. You lift a little bit lighter, it's going to be more cut. So the style that I've developed has been based upon my work ethic. I work my abs, I work my, my back, I work out, I work my vocals as well. I drink water all day, every day. It's altered my style to enhance the quality of, you know, what I'm bringing. And it has enhanced me to make me more aware of myself as well. So that I can adjust make proper adjustments in terms of quality.
Well, sounds good, people. Sounds good, y'all. Tune in next time, man. Support AM. Check him out on all platforms. Andre Michael, Charlotte, North Carolina, and stay tuned.
Yep.